Hello. So, it's kind of. I'm gonna attempt to film this video in XQC goblin mode. The way he sits while he's streaming. You can't see it, but my knees are right off camera. Um, I'm just. I like sitting like this sometimes, but the issue is that my legs start to get numb, like the blood starts to get. So this is a challenge. This is a challenge ASMR video. um, I'm gonna attempt a full video sitting like this, but I feel like I can't get close to the mic. Um, yeah, uh, I'm a bit ecstatic, overjoyed, or just happy, I guess. Only because I'm running a sub 8 mile now again. I was running close to a sub 7. I want to say I ran like a 707 was my fastest mile last year. During like the 4 months that I was working out, that I was doing this program, and now I ran a 747 or like a 740 something. Um, and that's my pre workout. I can't get my. I gotta like move the chair. Okay, the side parts can't go up any longer. I feel like I look like a stick. But yeah, no. I ran a 747 something, I think. Wow, this is giving me really bad body dysmorphia. This is making. I feel like I look so round. Like no traps, like at all. I mean, I haven't been doing trap workouts, so no shoulders, no nothing. Just a round, amorphous blob of flesh. But yeah, I've been running. Well, actually, I haven't been running. I've been doing elliptical. I have an elliptical machine. I put it on max resistance, and then I do 8 minutes because I figure an 8 minute mile, right? So I do that for 8 minutes, and sometimes I'll run like Wednesdays. I run for 3 miles plus. If I'm feeling really good, I'll do 3 miles plus. If I'm not feeling good, 2.5. But sometimes I run and sometimes I do the elliptical. I think the elliptical's really helped with conditioning my legs. Because my legs just don't feel fatigued anymore. It's really just my breathing that I have an issue with. Breathing and like heart rate. But even now I can feel my heart rate is starting to sort of mellow out while I run. So it's really just my breathing. I know like the best way to increase your VO2 and your breathing is like doing sprints, right? High intensity, short sprints, in volume to try to normalize and the breathing at that level or something to make it more natural. But yeah, no, it feels good to be running a sub 8 again, because I felt like for the longest, it was like 3 months. When did I start? Hold on. When I started working out again, June, so July. Yeah, 3 months. I started working out again in July. But that's, I don't like being a slow runner when it comes to like mile times. And I know, right? Everyone's a slow runner at first. That's where you start. But I've always ran somewhat faster than the average runner, and so when I'm running these like slow miles because I haven't ran in forever, it makes me feel bad. But now we're sub 8, and I can run a sub 8 comfortably. So that was the main thing. I was running sub 8s before, but it was like heaving and sweating and like feeling like throwing up. Now we're at the end of the mile. I'm just kind of like, okay, take a breather, and then I'll do my workout. That's how I structure it. It's run, workout, and then run again. So usually the first run I'll do a warm up on the elliptical. So that's my 8 minute elliptical, and then I'll do my workout, and then I'll do my final run. And what surprised me is when I did my final run yesterday, is that I did it as a sub 8 after everything else. Because I thought I'd be really tired and gassed out by then, but not really. This is really uncomfortable. I don't know how XQC does this. He's like an actual goblin. Um, this is not comfortable. I don't get how he does this, but yeah. So what I wanted to tell you guys about was I ran a sub 8 mile, and I'm excited for that. I get paid in 9 days. I get paid in 9 days, so that's gonna be, I'm not gonna have $40 in my bank account. I'm gonna have like $150 in my bank account now. So let's go. That's gonna be epic. I still haven't heard back from any of the places I applied to. I'm still looking on Google. I There's another security company that I might try to get a job with, but they're like more like serious. Like you can have a gun or a taser with these guys. And it's like I don't know if I want to do that because I don't want to yell at people. I don't like yelling at people. Not even yelling at people, but just being confrontational with people, or people being confrontational with me. I don't like that. I'm a smiley guy. I try to make everyone smile. Smiley. Try to make everyone smile. If it's a rough situation, I don't like those. I don't like being in a high intense environment. But I mean, they get more work and they get paid more because you can get certified for all these different things, right? You can get certified for a taser and a gun and a baton and cuffs, and I think they have like a pepper spray cert or something. I don't know. They have a bunch of certifications you can get with the state, and I guess you get paid more based on that. But yeah, no, my current security job, we don't do any of that. You just use your hands. You just use your hands to diffuse situations. Your words and then your hands if it gets too serious. If they get crazy. But yeah, this really, my legs are hurting from sitting like this. This is a very, I don't know how he does it. But yeah, no, I'm a big fan of XQC. I mean, I only started watching him like a couple of years ago. I didn't really pay attention to him, just 'cause, like early on in Twitch, we're talking 2017, 2018. The only person I would watch religiously on Twitch was Asmongold, and this is when he was streaming World of Warcraft every day, doing transmogs and running dungeons and doing raids, and so that was a fun time. That was when Asmongold was enjoyable for me. I watched his descent into madness. I watched his descent into where he is now, over the years, and I just can't watch his content anymore because it's like I watched him not as like my comfort streamer, but I watched him because he was funny and it was enjoyable and he was a gamer and all this other stuff. And now it feels like whenever I click on his stream, it's like some world is ending, like fear mongering, like, oh my god, the country's gonna explode, England is gonna explode, the USA is exploding, everyone's killing each other. And it's like, that's boring, man. Like, I don't wanna. I see that on the news all the time. I don't want my hobbies to be infected with that. So it was very interesting watching his descent. I don't want to call it grifting, but I mean it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious, man. Like, but that was 2018. Asmongold was like the only person I watched, and then from Asmongold I started watching OTK. I was there when they made OT. I was there when they made OTK. Yeah, I was one of the people that made OTK. No, I'm just, but I remember that. And then through OTK, I found Ms. Kiff, and then I watched Ms. Kiff during COVID. That was a big thing. I can't remember really much of that. I just remember it went from like Asmongold to Ms. Kiff to pretty much like that's when I started when they that's when they like started collabing with other people, and that's when I started branching off. And I watched like XQC and Moon Moon. Yes, Moon Moon. Controversial figure. Uh, Honestly, not. I mean, he is controversial, but like, I don't really care. I don't care about what he did. I'm surprised he pulled it off, I guess. Like, no, like, I don't want to, like, shame him for his looks, but, like, look at Moon Moon. Like, fucking big ups to him if he was able to do that. The way he looks, he kind of looks like a gnome. Um, I feel horrible saying that. I'm a horrible person. But Moon Moon XQC, Quinn 69 is a recent addition. Just because he streams early, and there was a moment in time where I was up at like 6 a.m., so I'd watch his streams 7 a.m. And then also the new Phase clan. Jason the Ween. Usually Jason and Ron are the two that I watch. Not really watch, but just kind of like put on for background noise because they're always like yelling or something. And I found them through their subathon. That's when I really started tuning in. I feel like such a dork. I feel like such a loser saying all that. I'm a 22-year-old. I honestly forgot my age for a while. I thought I was 23. I thought I was turning 24 this year, but I'm turning 23 this year. I'm not actually 23 yet. Weird. I had to Google. If I was born in 2002, what age would I be? Just because I forgot. It's very strange. But yeah, no. I enjoy Twitch, okay? I think it's just the same as TV. I don't like it. I find it so dumb when people are like, "Oh, you watch Twitch? Why would you? And why would you do that?" It's like you watch TV all day. Like, what's the difference? You watch TV, you watch YouTube, you consume media the same way I consume media. There is no difference. The only difference is that this is live and they're clip farming and they're being over the top. And who's to say that most TV shows aren't over the top? Because would you really watch something that wasn't over the top? Unless it's like a documentary. Most reality TV shows I feel like are over the top. But this is where I'm gonna end the video because my legs. my legs are starting to get numb now. My feet and my ankles are hurting. So I will see you in whatever next video I do next. Thank you for watching. I love you.